Hey, good morning. It's Brenda with Balance with Brenda, physical therapist. This is my little page. Hope you can subscribe and like, where I share anything from transfer training, cooking tips. I've been a therapist for 29 years and I am definitely part of the sandwich generation. So, had a good conversation with my mom the other day, and she expressed sometimes after she stands to cook a full meal, she is so tired she doesn't even want to eat. So I wanted to introduce her and you to some lazier ways of cooking so that you still get your proteins in, and that instead of cooking entire meals at one time, you start to learn to batch cook. So again, I'm a Gen Xer. I don't know how to video edit or anything. You just have to deal with this. But my mom is in her 80s, and I have introduced her to the Instapot. So as a physical therapist, I believe energy conservation is important. And so what's really nice about the Instapot is that you can prep something all in one container and then go sit down. You don't have to stand necessarily and stir and cook and, have a lot of endurance that way. You can set it because it's a pressure cooker. It's also a slow cooker. It's a rice cooker. You can do so many things in it. And I plan on sharing more recipes with you. But what we did in this example was simply make hard-boiled eggs because they're really easy to peel when they've been in the pressure cooker. So again, batch cooking some protein. In another episode, I'll introduce you to these super cubes, which are really just silicone molds. That's a great way to freeze portions. So if you make a big batch of chili, you can freeze it into these bricks and then, thaw that out for lunch and make a taco salad or something simple, and you've created something. So as we age, energy conservation is a big deal. We're slower. Lifting hot pots and carrying items adds up. And batch cooking is a way of helping you accomplish the task once and then eat on that meal for several times. So that could be you make a double portion of something and then freeze it, or it could be that you prep one meal and at the same time prep the same second meal in a freezer bag, so that second meal, all you have to do is pull it out of the freezer, throw it in the Instapot, cook it, whatever you're doing. But you've done the harder part first. So that way you're only cooking maybe once or twice a week. You're not standing as much. You're creating healthy meals and not relying on frozen dinners that may have more sodium, or you're in control of your ingredients. You save money by wasting less food because you're not having to consume a giant portion all at once. And the mental fatigue with already knowing what's for dinner, that you can just pull something out of the freezer, is really helpful. So I'm focusing on proteins in this series because I feel like it's a lot easier to make a salad, make a baked potato, have some rice, something that goes along with that. But the daunting part of meal prep a lot of time is the protein. So today's episode was hard-boiled eggs, but it could be a lot of other things. And I plan to add on to that as I work more with my mom. Some other suggestions that are easier also with energy conservation is, sitting down while you're chopping things. There's a lot of easier ways. Sometimes they're a little more expensive. I know our local grocery store, H-E-B, has items that are already chopped. So you can get onions that are already chopped, celery. They have different mixes that take that out of the mix. If you get everything together and then start assembling it, that also saves a little bit of time. The silicone molds are lightweight, so that is a little bit easier as far as not having to carry heavy portions around. So there are solutions. The goal is not to work harder, it's to work smarter. So it's not really lazy cooking, but that's what I refer to it as, because I work full-time and I live out of town. So I try not to pick up things to go from restaurants. I try and meal prep and batch myself. And I know that it's a mindset shift, because if you're used to cooking a meal at a time, this is a different way of cooking, but it still allows you to be independent. It still allows you to make some of your favorite meals. It's just a different way of doing that. So sometimes staying independent means flexing and being adaptable to some new technology or some new equipment. So there's nothing wrong with working smarter, and the Instapot has really been something helpful for me. So if you like practical tips for safe transfers, if you're a caregiver, if you're trying to live your best life with any kind of physical disability, if you're interested in home design, aging in place, you want to stay in your house as long as you can, energy conservation, and just some real life solutions, then please like and subscribe to this page. And if you have a meal you'd like me to adapt for the Instapot, please comment and let me know, and I'll work on a video for that. All right. Okay, so we have a brand new Instapot here. Hasn't been used yet. It has the silicone liner in place. So this is something you always want to check and make sure it's really pressed down inside this silver ring, because sometimes when you take the lid off, it kind of comes up. So you want to make sure that's in there really good. It also comes with a new ring that, if you can taste the difference, this is good for like savory or stew or something with tomatoes. But really there's a certain point where you can't tell too much of a difference. On the back side, there is this lovely little container that periodically you want to clean and empty, because all your goop kind of drains into here. So it's just something to be aware of. What's nice is that in your little, on your lid, and there, that becomes a way to store your lid. We have our eggs in there, and now the fun part of putting the lid on. So I'm gonna show you the tricks. There is an arrow here. Can you see that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and so that kind of lines up with this arrow over here.
Oh, okay.
And then you can lock it
Does
into
this
place.
stay on there?
We can peel it off. I don't think it matters. I mean, no, you don't have to keep it on there.
Okay.
But anyway, you want to make sure back here is on seal.
Okay.
And not vent. See how that pops up with
okay.
vent?
All right.
So this is your little doodad that'll, you'll know is sealed.
Okay.
So this.
Wait a minute. What is warning?
Oh.
Do not touch. What, I guess they can stay on for the time being or whatever.
So it's locked because
Okay.
it's in that closed position. But I want you to try it a few times. Just twist it off and take it off. Okay, good. And then
Oh, there's the arrow.
yeah, and it's kind of over here, but it you kind of just have to jiggle with it. There you go.
Okay. Well, that's kind of how my other pressure cooker is.
Okay.
You have to
Yeah.
jiggle.
So this one, if you just hit egg, and then it does 5 minutes at high pressure, and that's it. What this wait, let's cancel because this keep warm was on. So now hit egg. Okay. And
Does
so
it always blink like that or what?
well, you have a much but you have a much newer one than I do, and so this is going to have to come to temperature and then the clock should start counting down.
Oh.
But hit start.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, don't we have to?
So now, I mean, this has preheating, this has cooking, keep warm. Mine is not this fancy. I have an old one,
Okay.
but it's gonna go, whenever this heats up, then you'll see the 5 minutes and then it'll start counting down.
Okay.
And then once it's done, my recipe for eggs is that you let it keep warm for 5 minutes, and then you take it out and you put it in an ice bath for 5 minutes. So 5, 5, and 5.
Okay.
You can play with that, but that seems to work.
But we don't know if it's all right for it to be on keep warm.
Oh yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
We can look in the manual, but I think that should be okay.
What is sous? S-O-U-S.
Sous vide.
Sous vide.
So sous vide is you put water in here and then you put like a steak or something that's vacuum sealed in a plastic bag.
Oh, okay.
And it'll cook it at whatever temperature, and it'll cook the whole thing all the way through at whatever temperature you set. And then you take it out and then you sear it so it looks pretty and isn't just like,
Piece of leather.
But it's perfectly cooked. So you can sous vide all kinds of stuff.
Greg and Nicole had us over.
So this popped up, and that way we know it is sealed. And our clock started counting down from 5 minutes.
Okay.
So when the 5 minutes is done, there'll be another beep, and then we'll wait 5 minutes, and then we'll transfer the eggs to a bowl with ice in it. Well, we're gonna wait for 5 minutes. So once it quits beeping, this clock will start counting, and it'll start counting up now. This is the keep warm thing. Not so important with eggs, but we're just gonna let them stay in there for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna put them in our ice bath.
Okay, all right, good deal.
So I'll get the ice ready. Okay, we're at 5 minutes, and so sometimes it's good to use like a pot holder or something and just vent. There's still a little bit of heat and steam. You can't really see it, but you can hear it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Now, if we had vented that right away, there would be a lot more steam. And now our little ball, we heard it click and it went down. And so now it's safe to open the lid.
Oh, okay.
So you want to open the lid? You want me to open the lid?
Let me try to open the lid.
Okay. So you're just going to pull it back towards you, and you hear that click, click. That's okay. That just says lid is open. We can cancel that, turn it off.
Do you want to turn it toward me?
Yeah. If you want to stand more in front of it, you can. It's still kind of in that groove, so you've got to get it.
Or does it?
There you go. Now this is where I put the handle, because I stick the handle thing and I just hang it there in that.
Oh, okay.
And now I take my fancy dancy ladle and I just scoop out the eggs and put them in here.
Okay.
So.
And now wait for 5 minutes?
Yeah, and then I peel them.
Okay, let me put it on 5 minutes.
So that way you've stopped the cooking, you've cooled it off, and you're not trying to peel a super hot egg. Okay, so if you were gonna make chili, so we're on to a new recipe here, you would hit saute, which, I mean, I could hit saute right now. Okay, and that's 30 minutes. that means that we can pretend there's nothing in here. If I wanted to brown my meat,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that because I don't really want to have it on. But this will, you can pour some oil in here. You could brown your meat. You could pull this a little bit closer to you so it's a little bit easier to.
Right. Just.
And
move
so
the meat
you could
around.
brown your meat. You could brown chicken. You could sear something, whatever your protein is. You could brown it in here. Then, when you're done browning it, so you've done browning your hamburger meat, then you hit cancel.
Okay.
Then you could add in your spaghetti sauce or your noodles or whatever you wanted. Like if you were gonna make spaghetti,
Okay.
you could brown your meat. Then you could put in your seasoning. You could put in uncooked noodles as long as you had enough fluid.
Right.
You know,
Okay. Yeah.
a jar and a jar of water or something.
Yeah.
So your noodles are submerged.
Okay.
And then you would hit, you know, whatever your time. You could probably hit egg because that would cook in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Most noodles will do in 5 or 6 minutes.
Right.
But the saute lets you do it all in one pot.
That's the next thing I'm going to try.